हेलो। तो हम लोग ट्रांसमिशन लाइन में आगे बढ़ते हैं। ठीक है, अब तक हम लोगों ने देखा कि व्हाट वाज द ट्रांसमिशन लाइन इक्वेशंस, उसका सॉल्यूशन चेक किया, हार्मोनिकली वैरिंग वोल्टेज एंड करंट के लिए इसको डिराइव किया। ठीक है, वी हैव सीन द लॉसलेस लाइंस, वी हैव सीन डिस्टॉर्शनलेस लाइन। नाउ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पैरामीटर इज इनपुट इंपिडेंस। ओके, हम लोग इनपुट इंपिडेंस कैलकुलेट करेंगे, डिराइव करेंगे। तो उसमें मैं क्या कंसिडर कर रहा हूं, आई एम कंसिडरिंग अ ट्रांसमिशन लाइन ऑफ लेंथ एल। ओके, उसकी जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है दैट इज नथिंग बट जेड नॉट, एंड जो प्रोपोगेशन कांस्टेंट है दैट इज गामा। ठीक है, इट इज हैविंग कैरेक्टराइज्ड बाय वाई गामा एंड जेड नॉट, एंड इट इज फाइनली कनेक्टेड टू अ लोड विच इज जेड एल। इसको हम लोग कुछ इस तरह से डिनोट करेंगे। ठीक है, एक जेड इज इक्वल टू 0 पे, ठीक है, एट जेड इक्वल टू 0 जनरेटर एंड है, फ्रॉम वेयर यू आर अप्लाइंग द वोल्टेज। ठीक है, जनरेटर एंड है तो जनरेटर का अपना कुछ वीजी होगा। ठीक है, इंटरनल इंपिडेंस होगा, लेट इट बी जेड जी। ओके, एल लेंथ का आपका ट्रांसमिशन लाइन है। ठीक है, एंड there is a load at the end, ZL. Let the current entering it be I0 and the current going to the load will be IL. At Z is equal to 0, we have Zn. Okay. ठीक है, तो at Z equals to L, we have the load. ठीक है, at last. Now, जैसे कि हम लोगों ने इक्वेशन डिराइव की थी, ठीक है, तो उसका जो सोल्यूशन निकल के आया था that was VSZ, ठीक है, इक्वल्स टू वी नॉट प्लस ई टू द पावर माइनस गामा जेड प्लस वी नॉट माइनस ई टू द पावर गामा जेड। एक पॉजिटिव ट्रेवलिंग वेव थी और एक नेगेटिव ट्रेवलिंग वेव थी। सिमिलरली फॉर द करंट वी हैव आई एस जेड विच इज इक्वल टू वी नॉट प्लस बाय जेड नॉट ई टू द पावर माइनस गामा जेड माइनस वी नॉट माइनस बाय जेड नॉट ई टू द पावर गामा जेड। दिस वॉज अ स्टैंडर्ड सॉल्यूशन जो हम लोगों ने लास्ट लेक्चर में देखा। ठीक है, वो मैं यही रख रहा हूं। Now, if I substitute V naught equals to V at Z equals to 0 and I naught equals to I at Z equals to 0, the V की वैल्यू V naught होगी at Z equals to 0 and I की वैल्यू I naught होगी at Z equals to 0. If I substitute this value in these equations, ठीक है, इन दो equations में रखूं और उसको मैनिपुलेट करो तो you will be getting that V naught plus is nothing but half of V naught plus Z naught I naught. It is simply, अगर इसको यहां सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे, सब्स्टिट्यूट वैल्यू ऑफ Z naught इक्वल्स टू 0, Z naught इक्वल्स टू 0, एंड इन दोनों इक्वेशंस में रख के फाइनली V naught को कैलकुलेट करेंगे, V naught प्लस को कैलकुलेट करेंगे और V naught माइनस को कैलकुलेट करेंगे। यू विल बी गेटिंग दिस वैल्यूज। V naught प्लस इक्वल्स टू हाफ ऑफ V naught प्लस Z naught I naught, and V naught minus is nothing but it will be equal to half of V naught minus Z naught I naught. Okay. If the input impedance, ठीक है, input impedance को अगर हम कंसिडर करें let it be Zn and the input voltage is some V naught and input current is I naught. ठीक है, अगर ये सब माने तो V naught क्या होगा? V naught is nothing but voltage drop across this Zn impedance, input impedance के across जो voltage drop होगा that will be V naught, और ये this is with the series with J with the generator impedance. ठीक है, तो इस केस में वोल्टेज निकालना हो, सिंपली अप्लाई द वोल्टेज डिवाइडर रूल, जिसके अक्रॉस वोल्टेज निकालना है। ठीक है, अक्रॉस द Zn अपॉन Zn प्लस Zg, Zn प्लस Zg इंटू Vg। दिस विल बी सिंपली V naught, which is the voltage at Z equals to 0. Similarly, to determine the current I naught, simply the entire voltage is Vg upon Zn, that is the input voltage impedance plus the generator impedance. Okay, this will be V naught, this will be I naught. ओके, नाउ एट दी लोड एंड पे अगर मैं कंसिडर करूं एट जेड इक्वल्स टू एल, वोल्टेज विल बी VL, ओके, एंड एट जेड इक्वल्स टू एल I इक्वल्स टू IL। अगर ये दोनों कंडीशंस में अपनी जो सॉल्यूशन निकला है और डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन का उसमें सब्स्टिट्यूट करें एंड देन फाइनली कैलकुलेट V0 प्लस एंड V0 माइनस, जैसे कि हमने जेड इज इक्वल टू 0 केस के लिए किया था। अगर फिर से उसी केस के लिए नाउ जेड इक्वल टू एल के लिए सॉल्व करें और वहां पर हम लोग V0 प्लस और V0 माइनस कैलकुलेट करेंगे बाय सब्स्टिट्यूटिंग दिस वैल्यूज इनटू द प्रीवियस इक्वेशन। तो यू विल बी गेटिंग V0 प्लस इक्वल्स टू हाफ VL प्लस Z0 IL e to the power gamma L, V0 minus it will be half VL minus Z0 IL e to the power minus gamma L. That this both equation be equation 1, ठीक है, इसको एक नंबर दे दिए। नाउ इनपुट इम्पिडेंस, ठीक है, दैट विल बी सिंपली VSZ upon ISZ। ओके, VSZ can be written as Z0 times this ratio can be written as for the current we have V0 by V0 plus by Z0 minus V0 by Z0 and we was having the e to the power something, ठीक है। तो अगर ये सारी इक्वेशंस यहाँ रखेंगे एंड फाइनली कैलकुलेट करेंगे तो यू विल बी गेटिंग Z0 इक्वल्स टू V0 plus V0 minus upon V0 plus minus V0 minus, okay। Now from this equation and this equation, now substitute this equation 1 in equation 2, इसको equation 2 में सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे, ठीक है। और एक ये जो हाइपरबोलिक फंक्शंस होते हैं, ठीक है, e to power gamma L plus e to the power minus gamma L by 2 is known as cos hyperbolic gamma L. Similarly, e to the power gamma L plus e to the power minus gamma L by 2 is known as sin hyperbolic gamma L. Dividing this to sin hyperbolic gamma L by cos hyperbolic gamma L, it will be tan hyperbolic gamma L, which will be nothing but e to the power gamma L minus e to the power minus gamma L upon e to the power gamma L plus e to the power minus gamma L. Okay, this is tan hyperbolic function. अगर इसका यूटिलाइज करके और ये दोनों इक्वेशंस को इक्वेशन 2 में सब्स्टिट्यूट करके इक्वेट करेंगे तो यू विल फाइनली गेटिंग Zn इक्वल्स टू Z0 इंटू ZL प्लस Z0 tan हाइपरबोलिक गामा L अपॉन Z0 प्लस ZL tan हाइपरबोलिक गामा L। इसको और अच्छी तरह क्लियर करने के लिए, ठीक है, ये कैसे आया मैं पूरी डेरिवेशन करके दिखा रहा हूं, ठीक है। नाउ इन द प्रीवियस इक्वेशन V0 प्लस की जगह पर मैंने रख दिया हाफ VL प्लस Z0 IL e टू पावर गामा L, ठीक है, जो हम लोग प्रीवियस इक्वेशन में निकाल चुके हैं। V0 माइनस की वैल्यू रख दी हाफ इंटू VL माइनस Z0 IL e टू पावर माइनस गामा L। सिमिलरली नीचे V0 प्लस की वैल्यू रख दी एंड V0 माइनस की वैल्यू रख दी। नाउ अब यहां से हाफ VL e टू पावर गामा L एंड हाफ VL e टू पावर माइनस गामा L, इन दोनों से हाफ VL कॉमन लेके यू विल बी गेटिंग e टू पावर गामा L प्लस e टू पावर माइनस गामा L, ओके। ऐसे ही इधर हाफ इंटू Z0 IL e टू पावर गामा L माइनस हाफ Z0 IL e टू पावर माइनस गामा L, तो इस दोनों से Z0 IL कैन बी टेकन कॉमन, ठीक है, e टू पावर गामा L माइनस ई, सिमिलरली नीचे आ जाएगा, ठीक है। अगर मैं इस पूरी इक्वेशन को IL से डिवाइड कर दूं, इफ आई डिवाइड द एंटायर इक्वेशन बाय IL, ठीक है, ऊपर नीचे, तो IL से करूंगा तो ये यहां से रिमूव हो जाएगा। दिस विल बी VL अपॉन IL, VL upon IL, which is can be written as ZL, which can be written as ZL. Okay, and if I divide this entire equation of numerator and denominator by e to power gamma L plus e to power minus gamma L, पूरी न्यूमरेटर डिनोमिनेटर डिवाइड कर दो तो दिस विल बी चेंज इनटू tan hyperbolic. This half also will be divided. This will be removed. This will be removed. This will be removed. This will be removed. ठीक है, तो यहां आ जाएगा tan hyperbolic gamma L और यहां आ जाएगा tan hyperbolic gamma L, which is the real equation. Okay, this is how we can calculate the input impedance. Okay, now for the lossless line, we know that propagation constant is equal to j beta. उसमें lossless line के केस में attenuation होती ही नहीं है, ठीक है. Only there is a phase shift. Therefore, gamma is given by j beta. Now, in that case, then tan hyperbolic gamma L will be changed to tan hyperbolic j beta L. Tan hyperbolic j beta L can be written as j tan beta L. Okay, by trigonometric property. Now, for the lossless line, Z naught is equal to R naught. Okay, substituting all these values, you will be getting the input impedance Zn equals to Z naught in the bracket ZL plus J Z naught tan beta L. Instead of tan hyperbolic gamma L, for the lossless line it will be J Z naught tan beta L. Similarly, in the denominator it will be J naught plus J ZL tan beta L. Okay, so this was the case for lossless line. Now we come to the second parameter for the transmission line, that is voltage reflection coefficient. Voltage reflection coefficient is nothing but it is the ratio of the magnitude of the voltage, reflected voltage over the magnitude of the incident voltage in the transmission line. Okay, now at the low end, normally we are interested in getting the knowledge of reflection coefficient at the load end. Okay, at the load end, the reflection coefficient, voltage reflection coefficient, which is given by tau L. Okay, simple tau is used over here. L equals to the reflected voltage will be given by V naught minus e to the power gamma L, which is moving backward, and incident will be V naught plus e to the power gamma L, which we incidented on the load through the generator. Okay, the ratio of this is known as voltage reflection coefficient. Now, V naught minus e to the power gamma L can be written as ZL minus Z naught upon Z, and this can be written as ZL plus Z naught. Again, the reflection coefficient can be represented in terms of impedances. Okay, it is simply the ratio of the difference of the load resistance and the characteristic impedance upon the summation of the load impedance and the characteristic impedance. ZL minus Z naught upon ZL plus Z naught. Okay, this is a voltage reflection coefficient. There is another parameter which we are interested in the case of our transmission lines, that is standing wave ratio. Okay, SWR, which is nothing but at a particular point the maximum voltage divided by the minimum voltage. At particular instant or particular point on a transmission line, what is the ratio of the maximum voltage to the minimum voltage is known as standing wave ratio. SWR is nothing but V max upon V min, which is given by 1 plus the magnitude of the reflection coefficient, voltage reflection coefficient, upon 1 minus the magnitude of the reflection or voltage reflection coefficient. Okay, that is 1 plus magnitude of tau L, 1 minus upon 1 minus magnitude of tau L. Okay, if we substitute the value of tau L, which is ZL minus Z naught upon ZL plus Z naught over here, 1 plus ZL minus Z naught upon ZL plus Z naught upon 1 minus ZL minus Z naught upon ZL plus Z naught. If you equate this equation, you will be getting ZL by Z naught. Or you can simply say that the standing wave ratio is nothing but the ratio of the load impedance upon the characteristic impedance of the transmission line, ZL by Z naught. Okay. From this, you can again derive the voltage reflection coefficient in term of SWR. The voltage reflection coefficient 2L is nothing but S minus 1 upon S plus 1, where S is the standing wave ratio. Okay, this is the expression of voltage reflection coefficient in term of standing wave ratio. If in any question you have the value of SWR, you can calculate the voltage reflection coefficient by using this formula. Okay. Again, you can also determine maximum input impedance, which is nothing but V max, the maximum value of the voltage upon the maximum value of the current, V max by I max, which is given by S into Z naught, standing wave ratio into the characteristic impedance of the transmission line, which gives you the value of the maximum input impedance. Similarly, you can also calculate the minimum value of the input impedance by simply V min by I min, that is minimum voltage upon minimum current, or it can be given by the characteristic impedance divided by the standing wave ratio, Z naught by S. This is how you can calculate Z in max and Z in mean. Now, let us see the power. Now we will talk about the power of the transmission line. Now, power at the input end is given by, normally we are interested in the average power, okay, and it is given by half of the real part of the product of V input into the conjugate of I input, putting X equals to 0 or Z equals to 0. Okay? So this will be the input power at the input end. Now at the load end, P average can be given as half into the real part of the product of VL into IL conjugate, where putting S equals to L or Z equals to L. This is the formula, and this can be replaced by some half VL square by ZL. It can also be written as half IL square ZL. These are our basic power equations, half I square Z or half V square by Z. Okay. Now, by certain substitutions and calculations, one of the most standard formulas which come out, I am not going into the derivation of this because that is not more important, but in some of the competitive exam, there might be the use of this formula. P average can be related to the characteristic impedance as well as the reflection coefficient, and it is given by P average equals to V naught plus magnitude का square upon twice of Z naught into 1 minus reflection coefficient के magnitude का square upon square and bracket close. This is one of the formula which can be used in some of the numerical problems where the reflection coefficient and you have the characteristic impedance and V naught plus values. Okay, this is the some of the relationship for power, for calculating power in the transmission line. Now, some more cases are there in the case in the transmission line. One is the shorted line. Shorted line, that means the load at the load end it is shorted. That is ZL equals to 0. As soon as we substitute the value ZL equals to 0, the input impedance, and or you can say the short circuited impedance is nothing but the input impedance when ZL equals to 0. Now if we substitute ZL equals to 0 into the previous input impedance formula, you will be getting J Z naught tan beta L. If you substitute ZL equals to 0 into the standard formula of a lossless line, okay, you will be getting Z naught tan beta L. Okay, now if ZL equals to 0, then in the case of the voltage reflection coefficient will be -1. Okay, it will be -1 when you substitute ZL equals to 0 into the standard formula of the reflection coefficient. You will be getting -1. If this is -1, the standing wave ratio will be infinity. It will be infinity. Okay, because it is 1 plus tau of magnitude of tau, modulus of tau L upon 1 minus modulus of tau L. You will be getting 2 upon 0, which is nothing but infinity. Okay, standing wave ratio in this case is again infinity. Another case is open circuited line. Open circuited line, that means it doesn't have any load at the end, and at that instant ZL is infinity. Load is infinite. Now, for this the impedance will be represented by ZOC, open circuited impedance, which is nothing but taking the limit Z tends to infinity and using the formula of input impedance, you will be getting, if you use the previous formula of input impedance and take the limit Z tends to infinity, you will be getting Z0 upon J tan beta L. Z0 upon J tan beta L, which can be replaced by this formula Z0 J cot beta L. Okay, again in this case the reflection coefficient will be 1. Okay, it will be 1 by substituting the ZL equals to infinity in the formula of reflection coefficient. You will be getting 1. Again for this case, standing wave ratio, again it will be infinite. Simply substitute TL equals to 1 into in the standing wave ratio equation. You will get S equals to infinity. Now, from this two relationship ZOC and ZSC, if you multiply this both, you will be getting Z0 square. So you can say that the product of the short circuited impedance and the open circuit impedance is nothing but a square of the characteristic impedance of the transmission line. ZSC into ZOC is nothing but Z0 square. Now, and the final case, that is match line, which normally all the engineers need. We need a match line. Match line means when the load impedance is equal to the characteristic impedance of the transmission line. If these two are equal, in that case, Zn, if you substitute this value, Zl equals to Z0 into the input impedance formula, you will be getting Zn equals to Z0. That means the input impedance for a match line case is simply equal to the characteristic impedance of the transmission line. Okay, in that case, if the line is matched, there will be no reflection, and in that case TL will be 0. Or simply put this relationship Z equals to Z0 into the formula of reflection coefficient. You will get the reflection coefficient equals to 0. If it is 0, then but natural standing wave ratio will also be equals to 0. Okay, so these are the three fundamental cases of transmission line, that is shorted line, open circuited line, and the matched line. Okay, this was all the parameters which we have seen in the case of transmission line. Too much heat. Okay, we have seen all the parameters of the transmission line. Now, in the next lecture, we will be applying this formulas and all that into some numericals, and after that, we'll be having one more session on Smith chart, stub matching. Okay, have a nice day.